A very good afternoon to you, our viewers. You're welcome to Punch Sports Extra. My name is Shegun Odunwayo, and of course, I have with me Eniton Daramola. You guys just watched highlights of the game that was meant to celebrate the 50th anniversary of our darling organization, The Punch, where there was a match between Punchers, as our team is known, and a combination of players from various media organizations in the country, tagged Amalgamated team, where we lost narrowly 2-1. What an encounter it was. Difficult match at the Onikon Stadium. I guess Anything will be in the best position to talk about the encounter because he did not play. I participated in that game. What was your opinion?
Yeah, and he did not score a goal.
Unfortunately.
I would say it's an amazing game. I think that was like the first time in a long time that I've watched, local football, and it was end to end from both sides. You need to hail both teams. The Amalgamated team, they came out gunning and from the get go, and they got the first goal very early in the game. Yeah. However, immediately Punch team settled into the game. It was a different ball game entirely, and you need to give kudos to the likes of Adekule Sulaiman, Makwa, the goalkeeper too. He did an amazing job, and then Pablo too had a fantastic game. So it was a beautiful game of football, and come to think of it, journalists, the Times schedule and what have you, they had time to play, and it was an interesting football game. Very good game. For me personally, I would say my headline would be that Media Amalgamated peeped Punch to 2-1 victory. I wouldn't say like Punch lost. I will not try to. You understand? I won't say Punch lost, but it was a beautiful game of football. You need to give kudos to the players. You
know what they say about the beautiful game of football? Football is like biscuits. You never know where and when it will crack. Of course, there were preparations and training on both ends. For us here, basically what we do is journalism from day to night, from night to day. But it was interesting seeing our stakeholders in another mood. I mean, a mood of supporting and screaming and shouting. And I think I was a little disappointed that we didn't win because, it wasn't about an individual. That's why it's called a team sport. It's about victory. Yes, we considered quite early in circumstances that we could have bettered, but it was supposed to go on. We had a free kick off Mohamed Lawal's fall on the edge of the box. Beautiful free kick from Justice Okangba, landed right into the legs of Adekule Sulaiman, who buried it.
And his celebration was one for
it was sealed, the Ronaldo celebration. And then we thought, beautiful, let's go into the game. And then just some 2-3 minutes to the end of the first half, beautiful shot from one of the Amalgamated players. Went right through the legs of our very fantastic goalkeeper, who is really amazing. Stephen Bello. And then the game went on, and then we thought, let's go for the second goal. And the second goal just did not come.
I think now you know what it feels when you're on the receiving end of football. Like what's his name now? Alex Iwobi. During after the AFCON, everybody went after Alex Iwobi, and they made him the scapegoat, and they were like this and that. But now you know what it feels, how it feels to play in a football game and lose.
Well, we do play street football.
Let me be the one to question you this time. How do you feel? I can see your mood.
I felt bad. Honestly, I felt bad. I felt so bad because it's like when things do not go the way you want, and then you now start looking at it, thinking, okay, what if this had happened? What if so person had passed? What if I had done so and so thing? What you just begin to imagine, okay, what if the coach changed the formation and used this so way? What if?
But too many what if.
It's all
but
gone.
The deed has been done. And I hope that there can be some sort of a media league. Maybe going into the future.
You know what we were using to console ourselves.
Have your revenge.
What we were using to console ourselves was that these were like the best guys from various organizations.
Yes.
It was more like an all-star game.
Yes.
Against a group of same players. We couldn't have borrowed anybody. We had, you know, guys that we could have used.
Next time, just apply. You borrow me, I'll come and show myself.
You didn't show up in training. You and the likes of the beautiful analysts,
at least,
who have been analyzing all day, didn't show up for training. So there was no way they could have done anything. But, you know, I think I'll give a very big kudos to our coach.
Yeah.
Bronze-winning AFCON Super Eagles player in the 1992 set, Mr. Friday Ekpo.
Yes.
The first 2 or 3 trainings that we had were basically on our health. I mean, they were not football trainings. It was fitness training. We ran like mad people. I mean, at some point I was wondering if I had changed profession because of how he drilled us, and it was fitness all through for us.
You guys had a few moments.
Yeah, then we now started to know ourselves as a team. Yeah. And then I think I was shocked at how good some of our players were.
Absolutely.
They were really dedicated. They were great. You know, it happens that way. We had more chances in training than in the game. But kudos to our guys, and kudos to the Victor Agali led Amalgamated team too. Yeah. These were really strong guys, regardless of how big or how bulky they looked. But at the point they were also chasing the game because they didn't want us to score in the second half.
Exactly.
And then we were almost in control too.
Yeah.
They were playing like us now.
Yes.
You know, all playing and no scoring except for the goal we got. Anyway, that was it. Of course, you know that the Punch is celebrating its 50th anniversary. What is the number of years life expectancy in Nigeria again?
I think
is it 56? Is it up to 50?
Yeah, it's around.
Well, the organization has done 50. 51, I beg your pardon, because it's 51. It was 50 last year, but we didn't celebrate it.
Of a Nigerian individual.
That's what I'm saying. So the organization has done 51 already, even though we are just celebrating 50.
Yeah.
Shows you that the management has been doing an excellent job over the years. So what more, even not to celebrate? Other things will continue this week, but the football aspect is gone. Very quickly, we move now to the front page of our newspaper, Punch Sports Extra, and I can see Pablo Sarabia smiling in front of me with Lemina and Ait Nori. They won yesterday over Sheffield, 1-0 it ended. They compounded the woes of the Blades. For me, I think the most interesting thing about that game was that 2 Sheffield players were fighting on the pitch.
Yeah, so I think the game ended 1-1.
1-0 in favor of Wolves.
Oh, okay.
Wolves won that game 1-0, not 1-1. And I saw that clip. 2 players are.
I saw that clip. So I thought,
and we didn't fight now. Punch didn't fight against Amalgamated.
That was like the most bizarre things that you can ever see.
We were pushing each other really badly.
No, you've seen.
And VAR to check for any of them to get a red card. It was that bad.
I would watch, the game of football, especially in the World Cup, where we saw, the Argentine teams against the Dutch, and then a certain goat of some people was, making just.
But he wasn't fighting his players.
No. I'm saying
that's normal in football now. You drag with your opponents.
No. Try to listen to me. Yes, I'm trying to say that we've seen things like that, but then it's kind of bizarre. That's why I started with. That is one of the most bizarre things you ever watch in a game of football. For 2 teams or 2 players who are supposed to be teammates to be fighting against each other, and it goes to question the discipline in the team.
Or maybe it shows hunger. Who knows?
Well,
it can show lack of discipline, or it can show too much of hunger.
Yes.
It depends on how you look at
the players.
Yeah.
Yes. And one thing or the other just led to one thing or the other.
And then one flared up and the other just pounced on that. All right, fierce rivals continue battle for Olympic tickets. Remember that Nigeria played 1-0. Sorry, all square 0-0. Nigeria versus Cameroon in Yaoundé. There was this goal. I saw this clip of a goal by one of the Nigerian players that was ruled out for offside. And then I saw the replay, and it didn't look like offside. Anyway, there will be a return leg in Abuja. Hopefully, the girls will be able to do the job and kill it off.
During that time, it looked like offside. So let's leave it that way.
I didn't see offside, though. It was not offside, though. I don't know what the referee saw. Victor Osimhen, 2-2 for Nigeria's wonder boy and the king of African football. Got back from AFCON. His doctors there at Napoli said he was 4 kg less than when he went for AFCON. That AFCON was too physical. Everybody was just running up and down. There was no technicality. It was not technical. It was physical. Yes. Football is more technical than physical. That's why the Brazilians, and the English, the Brazilians brought the game. The English modified it. But we don't do any of that in England. In Africa. Just play the ball, go. Nothing.
I see that you have already jacked back to England. So when you come back to Africa, you need to give kudos to the team that played in the AFCON. And this AFCON was one of the most interesting, if not like one of the most interesting, one of the most interesting in recent times. Yes, you'd you'd ask questions about the technicality of the game, but the physicality itself shows why it's called.
But Osimhen is back scoring. He scored in the Champions League against Barcelona. He scored yesterday against Cagliari, and he couldn't score an AFCON. They were not feeding him. You feed the boy, and the boy will do the damage. You didn't feed the boy yesterday. Personally,
I feel that Osimhen is still not back to his best yet.
And he's still scoring.
Yes, and he's still scoring. And we should expect more from Victor Osimhen. Expect more from him.
And Jorginho reveals Ghana's secrets. I wonder what secret he's revealing for a team that doesn't win trophies. Maybe he's happy that they are, winning back to back, which is true. Arteta is getting it right now. They are winning. But what secret do you have when you are not winning? Teams that are winning are not talking about secrets. It's you that you are winning today, going off tomorrow.
I think they've had a good run of games, and they've played absolutely well. You need to give them kudos. Scoring about 11 goals in 2 matches, and then they still won their last game against, I think it was Newcastle.
Newcastle 4-1.
They trashed Newcastle.
These guys are almost 20 goals now in 3 games.
I don't want to say
and they have Sheffield Nest.
And
they'll probably score 6.
Hopefully. But what's the use when you score 6 goals and at the end of the day, when it matters the most, you don't get the win because of the 3 now. Because it's a 3-horse game in the EPL now. Manchester City, Liverpool, and then Arsenal. Now of these 3 in the remaining about 12 to 13 matches, Arsenal have the most, toughest games of the three teams. And, for them to go like this, they need to, continue. They shouldn't rest on their laurels thinking, oh, we've won, we've defeated these guys, we've scored this amount of goals. You need to score when it matters. Because as the going gets tough, they say, the tough gets going. So it's going to get tougher for them. But I hope that, they can, find their way to the finish line. At least let them do their own part and then leave the rest for,
All right, it's transfer rumor season. Manchester City has played £100 million on Kevin De Bruyne. That guy is past 30, and you know what happens when you are past 30 in football. You begin, people, you don't have too many suitors, many fast coming your way. But this guy is still a wonder boy. Went off injured for a large part of the season, came back from the injury, and he has been fantastic. I think he's a little injured now again. But one thing is when De Bruyne is fit,
he has the game. He has the team running.
If you have 15 players in front of him, the pass will come out somehow. I don't know how that guy does it. It's magical.
Exactly.
It's magical. All right, now here you have it. This is how far we can go with the front page of Punch Sports Extra. If you want to get more fantastic news or juice, as the case may be, go grab your copy from the vendor closest to you. Very quickly, moving to yesterday's final in the League Cup. Liverpool against Chelsea. It ended 1-0 in favor of Liverpool. After 90 minutes, both teams couldn't separate themselves after 90 minutes. But in extra time, in the 28th minute of extra time, step up Tsimikas to play this corner kick. Landed on the head of the man, Virgil van Dijk. Despite the schoolboys that were used by Jurgen Klopp, he still found a way to beat the £1 billion team of Mauricio Pochettino. Of course, in the 90 minutes, there were offside goals scored by both sides. There was a header scored by Virgil van Dijk earlier. It was ruled out for Endo impeding one of the Chelsea players. And there was another goal scored by Raheem Sterling for Chelsea this time around. The goal was equally ruled out for offside.
It was a very close call.
And then missed chances in abundance for Chelsea. Missed chances in abundance. Of course, regular suspects. Jackson from Villarreal, the Senegalese, had chances, fluffed them as usual. Conor Gallagher as well, that was unexpected. I didn't know Conor Gallagher was going to be that wasteful. He had about 3 one-on-one chances, not average chances, real 90 over 100% of chance. I mean, not an half chance or something. This was real chances, and he missed them. Kelleher came to the rescue. Of course, Alisson was injured. Mo Salah, wonder boy Mo Salah, was injured for Liverpool. And there were many schoolboys, dons, 18-year-old this, 19-year-old this, coming on to play for Liverpool. And they won. Jurgen Klopp is saying goodbye to Liverpool in the summer, and he has 1 trophy in the bag already, even if he doesn't win the league.
And they're gunning for a certain quarter.
And he was celebrating and he was crying.
Well, it's a good one for him. You know, he needs to give kudos to Liverpool. They've done amazingly well, and it was a deserved win for them, because it's a matter of who wanted it more.
Yeah.
You understand? Haven't crossed the 90-minute mark. You need to give kudos to Chelsea as well. I heard everybody saying the kids of
the kids
of your club, and you're already taking sides with a certain Gary Neville, and in addressing the £1 billion blues, or what do you call them?
Over £1 billion. In pounds, not in naira.
I'm going to say this, that when the starting lineup, Jurgen Klopp didn't start with the kids in the lineup. He didn't start, did he? He didn't start with the kids.
He started with Bradley, the 18-year-old Bradley.
Bradley, that some people have started, saying that he's going to bench. What's his name? Trent Alexander-Arnold.
It doesn't mean he's not a kid.
Are there kids in football?
Yes.
For them to make the lineup, don't say they are kids. I think it's just an excuse. If you are going to give
Congo beat Brazil?
If you are going to give an excuse, then you should give an excuse for Chelsea too. How did they get themselves?
Kids.
Hold on. How did they get themselves in the final to start with? They are around, I don't know where they are on the table right now. Chelsea have had the worst of seasons. They have had the worst of playing times. They have not gelled as a team.
Spending £1 billion.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
It matters.
Wait, hold on. Offense. Yes, it doesn't matter. For the fact that this is just the first season since the change, the massive change that they have had. If your club has that money, they'll do more. They'll spend more. Yes.
They have the money.
And they have spent.
They don't wait. They don't
They don't spend wastefully. Hold on. You can't just say from one side. I'm not a Chelsea fan, and for me to come to the defense of Chelsea is kind of strange.
No, it's wasteful.
But
£1 billion.
It's just the first season.
That money is heavy.
It's a project. It's a project. Hold on. It's a project. But you can't rule out the fact that they gave Liverpool a run for the money. Liverpool were favourites to win the League Cup yesterday, but they gave Liverpool a run for their money, in the sense that they took that game to extra time. Yes, it was missed chances, missed opportunities, but you need to give kudos to the keepers, because everybody have been focusing on the missed chances. What about the keepers that have saved these chances? Like you need to give kudos to and come to think of it, it was not the first choice keepers from both teams. Yeah. So you need to give kudos to these keepers. However, it was a game of who wanted it more. Because look at Liverpool, they had the likes of Mohamed Salah, Darwin Núñez, Diogo Jota injured. And but it was
imagine these boys that played.
If they had played. Now, if they had played, that's the funny thing about football. If they had played, Chelsea could have won that game.
But it would be very slimmer than what happened yesterday.
But yesterday was still slim. It was just 1-0. So don't rule out the fact that Chelsea did their bit to come to the party in the game. They had, you need to look, there was one particular chance that I saw, about 3 or 4 attempts on the same, it was just back to back, and they could not find the back of the net. It goes to show how funny and how dramatic football can be. And the biscuits, like you said, cracked on the side of Chelsea yesterday. If they are going to win, the cup, and then some people will be saying, "Oh, they played against this and that." No,
if they had won, people that even said, "Congratulations, Mauricio Pochettino, you're having a tough season right now."
Exactly.
This is something to show that you are getting the project right.
Banter does not give anybody, does not pity anybody.
Banter never sleeps.
Yes, it doesn't pity anybody.
He's always busy.
But you need to give kudos to
moving around, and he's a short guy. The god of banter is a short guy.
How did you know?
I know. Short people that used to cause trouble.
Really?
Yeah.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Okay.
People that cause trouble are not short.
Okay.
All right, beautiful one there. Congratulations to the champions, Liverpool, Jurgen Klopp. I think this will go on to spoil them. Now, how does this affect their league chances?
Well,
we do relax and say we have something for our coach that's leaving, or will they say, let's do more?
Well, knowing Jurgen Klopp fully well, from afar though, not in close range, knowing Jurgen Klopp fully well, he's not the type of coach that would sit on the Carabao Cup, having won the Carabao Cup, that would sit on this League Cup and say, "Oh guys, I've done the
We are done."
For him to announce that he's leaving the club at the end of the season, I think it was, he moved to spur the players on and say, "Guys, whatever we're going to do now, let's end it in an epic fashion." I'm sure they will be going for every opportunity that they have to win the Premier League, to win the Europa League, and then, if possible, win the FA Cup. Now, this will be, I'm sure Manchester United fans will be.
Did you say Europa League?
Yeah, they are in the Europa League, aren't they?
They are.
Yes.
You think they can win it?
Well, if you are looking at the favourites to win this Europa League, Liverpool are amongst the favourites to win the Europa League. So yes, It's about to get to the final first and who lifts the trophy. If they get into that final, they are going to win it. Yes.
Interesting arithmetic here from Anyton. All right, very quickly, let's move into analysis of what went down in European leagues this past weekend. Manchester United.
Keep throwing shots.
Go ahead. Like that, man.
Go ahead.
They lost to Nigeria. Sorry, to Fulham. But whatever. Yes, to Nigeria. Calvin Bassey got his first goal at Old Trafford. Oh my goodness. And guess who scored the winning goal in the 97th minute? The man Nigeria said was misfiring at AFCON. Alex Iwobi. Beautiful, beautiful victory for Fulham and for Nigeria. Let's analyze that real quick.
How is that a beautiful victory for Nigeria?
And Fulham.
How is that a beautiful victory for
At least
Nigeria?
we now know that Alex Iwobi can score.
He has scored before.
Yes, but now, you know, it's coming after...
Well, I'm going to reply as a Nigerian, first of all. Yes, it's a beautiful victory for Nigeria. You know, the fact that two of our guys scored the most important goals, you know, they scored the first
goal. A win
goal.
made in Nigeria.
Yes, they won all 3 points for, you know, for Fulham. And that was like the first time in a long time that Fulham would beat
winning
Manchester
away
United.
From home. That they are even winning away from home.
Even against Manchester United, it was the first time in a long time. You know, you need to give kudos to Fulham, especially our guys, Calvin Phillips and Alex.
No, Calvin Bassey.
Sorry, Calvin Bassey.
I know it's the defeat. I get it.
Alex Iwobi.
Yeah.
However, it's a big gash for Manchester United. They didn't come out. They didn't start the game like the Manchester United that won.
They've not been starting games like that.
No. They did not. They've not. What do you mean? The game against the last game, I think it was 2-1 against the relegation battling team. What's their name now? Luton. I think it was Luton. They scored 2 quick goals.
Luton almost scored 2-2.
And Manchester United.
Thanks to the bad God. God.
Hold on. And Manchester United should have scored like 3 goals too.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. So it's normal. However, you need to stress the fact that Fulham were the better side in the game against Manchester United.
It was clear now, crystal clear.
Whatever. They were the better side in the game against Manchester United, and it was a deserved win for them. A big gash for Manchester United in the sense that their top 4 hopes, you know, was dented a little bit. And
will Manchester United make the top 4?
Well, you know,
last week
I said they can, but before the game in the weekend, I started seeing, you know, some signs. Injury to Luke Shaw, a very important, you know, player in the team, and he was the only surviving left back who is not injured because they had to, I think it was a mistake sending what's the guy Regulion back to Tottenham.
Spurs.
It was a big mistake, and now they only have to call a certain under 18 or so player. I can't remember his name. I think Amas or something. And then there is another player, Alvarez, on loan to Benfica, and I don't know, or people are suggesting that they recall, you know, the left back. Now, Victor Lindelof is playing left back for Manchester United. Not a natural position for him. But, you know, if they end up making the top 4 this season with the injuries and everything, you really need to give kudos to them. However, we still don't know where Manchester United is heading in terms of the game plan. We still don't know what the game plan is. That's the big question.
The big question is, do they even have a game plan?
Well, they had a game plan last season, but this season I don't know. The game plan. And then injury to, you know, what's his name now? Rasmus Højlund was another big gash.
That was why they lost.
I'm not saying that was why they lost, because they had someone like Casemiro who got injured in the game, who was withdrawn, you know, in the game. They had Casemiro, they had Diogo Dalot, they had Marcus Rashford in that game.
Rashford.
Alejandro Garnacho in that game. So there was no excuse really. No excuse really. You can't, like, it's inexcusable. No excuse.
All right. Well, Manchester City won their game. All 3 points.
Yeah.
1-0 it ended, but it was enough. Erling Haaland got clear chances, and he wasn't able to score. Well, this is the second time in 2 games that he's having very, very clear chances, and people are saying, what happened to the guy of last season? Have they swapped the memory card? What is wrong?
Who's the current ISO scorer?
He's the one.
So you guys need
you
guys need to, like, simmer down. You guys need to take 2.
One-on-one, no. I didn't have one-on-one at the... One-on-one, like 3 or 4. I didn't have one-on-one.
The pass that was given to you, why did you fall down?
I was hit.
By who?
By
the breeze.
Oh, the one I was chasing?
Yes.
The ball was faster than my legs.
So whose fault is that?
I didn't have one-on-one like Haaland.
Whose fault is that? Or you didn't even have a chance? He had a chance. You know, when you're a striker, as a striker, one of the main jobs is your positioning, and you know how you hold up ball, so that when, like for example, when there's a goal kick, you hold up ball for your guys to, you know, you can put pressure on defenders.
But if you never get the balls, you cannot do any of this.
So how come you didn't position yourself to get the ball?
I did.
However, you are not a professional footballer. Haaland is a professional footballer,
and he missed chances.
Well, so I think sometimes
what's happening?
I can't tell you. I think Haaland is in the best position to tell us what actually is happening to him, because there was a game that they drew that he missed so many chances. He was fuming. He was livid. But then, you know, it's football. There are chances will come and chances will go. Yes, it's expected. It's human after all.
All right. A quick brush of other leagues now.
Yeah.
Bayern won 2-1 thanks to a brace from Harry Kane. Still, their points off Bayer Leverkusen. Still doesn't look like they will. Anyway, there are still several games to go. Real Madrid won yesterday against Sevilla. It was a very tough encounter. In comes Luka Modric, the man himself, and he got them the win. I came on in the 75th minute, and then got the win at the end of the day. Of course, expect Sergio Ramos to have some, you know, basketballs with some of the boys.
And there was something for the fans yesterday. I think Sergio Ramos was on a yellow card, and he was like trying to, you know, go at the referee. And then his former teammate Toni Kroos had to, you know, stop him.
Toni Kroos was the one that was angry. You know, somebody said the end of the world is coming. Because how will it be Toni Kroos that is getting angry? One of the most gentle players on the team. And then one of the most fiery human beings in football was the one that was calming him down. So it was so strange. Because Kroos was angry and got a yellow card and was charging at the referee. And it was Ramos saying, calm down.
Oh, yeah. The other way around.
What is going on?
It's normal. It's normal.
It's also strange.
It's normal. It's not. You know. This is not just like, it's not like PlayStation. It's not a console. We are humans. You know, tempers flare.
But it was strange. It was an opposite.
It's quite
emotional.
Normal. It's quite normal. It's quite normal.
All right, my producers are saying it's time for us to move now to FPL. What players do you have on your team?
I have Erling Haaland on my team. I have Bukayo Saka.
How many points do you have presently? With one game to go.
I've not even checked.
All right. Do you have Douglas Luiz?
No, I don't.
Okay.
I don't.
You had Bukayo Saka.
Yeah.
Who is your captain? Haaland.
Yes.
That's 10 points.
Yes.
Who else is your striker?
My striker is injured. I forgot to remove him. Erling Haaland. Sorry. Rasmus Højlund.
So somebody will come on for him then? Or you don't have any players? Oh, because of the blanks.
I didn't make the change. Yeah.
All right. So maybe you manage like 38 points or something. 20. I mean, I have 55. Douglas Luiz is on my team. Ole Watkins is on my team.
Where are you on the team?
I think I'm third. Ayola is first. What's his name again? Amid Fate is first.
I've not even been to top
Second
5.
on the Punch League is Abiodun Adewale, a co-host here.
Yeah.
And I'm third at the moment. I fly, and I'm third at the moment. And we still have some games to go. I think I'll win that league. I think I'm confident.
I doubt you win the league. Because you're always bragging that you win.
Because I know I'll win the league.
You won't win the league. I'm certain that Shegun Odwai will not win this league.
We'll meet in this when the season is up. And I will say that day. God will keep us. All right, my brothers, saying it's time for us to go. We've had a very fantastic time on the show today. Shout out to my co-host here, Eniton Daramola, who said I will not win the FPL league, by the way. The Punch FPL league. And I know I'll win it. Thank you very much to our cameraman, moving from one camera to the other, you know, trying to ensure that our angles are correct. Olalekan Adetuji, my super duper producer. The good job, man.
Yeah, good job.
Yeah, Sulaiman Adeni. Yeah, great show. Great show, guys. Sulaiman Adeni, of course, supported by Olalekan Olabode. There's marvelous Agumbiade somewhere pressing some pressings as well. My name is Shegun Odwai, and have yourselves a fantastic week. Stay out of trouble. God bless you all.